What's up, everybody? It is I, your travel god of screen, Peter Joseph here, for a Saturday afternoon video. Right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down below in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos from the past, present, and in that future coming in. Don't do it anytime later than that. But if you leave stupid comments, bye-bye, so long, farewell to you. You're out of here. You get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely, and then Satan and Ozzy will come and eat your soul. But don't do it. You want to do it? Go do it somewhere else, because you ain't going to do it on my channel. You don't like it? Tough. Well, that's that. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell to turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because you miss the next one, well, too bad for you. You're SOL. You know what that means by now, and if you don't know, look it up. And if you can't look it up, you got problems. And that's that. And for our newbies out there, if you're here for the first time, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, you grab a nice, tasty, cold one. Electrolytes, body armor. If you don't know what body armor is, it's basically a Timu version of Powerade and Gatorade. That's what it is. So, I got a whole ton of it in my house right now, so drinking it right now. Kind of laying off the soda for a while. So, it is what it is. That's that. So, sit back, relax, you grab your own cold one, put your stinky feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, well, that's too bad. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's Valentine's Day. Hope you had a great Valentine's Day. If you went to lunch with your significant other, or you're going to dinner, and something else after tonight, have fun, be safe, be well, and guys, wrap up that burrito. And that's pretty much it. Just be safe, be well, protect yourself, and then have fun on this holiday that really nobody gives two fucks about. But, you know, people do because, you know, it is what it is. I'm going out with a little bit myself, so just to have a little, like, you know, little dinner with the missus, and then that's it. I'm going to go out for lunch, but we decided to go out to dinner because we changed plans, so. Plans change like wrestling. Cards subject to change. Like life is subject to change. What it is. But I hope you had a great day. Nice and warm here in the Northeast. Gonna get some snow tomorrow night and a Monday. You know. Winter just won't go away. And we're 6 weeks away from Easter. And hopefully none of that shit. But next week is gonna be a mess here in New York City. But we'll get through it eventually, and hopefully all the snow that we're getting tomorrow is wet snow, so probably evaporate by Monday, maybe Tuesday, and then I'm getting on and off garbage. So, but we need some rain here to get rid of all this residual snow we've had for almost a month. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. But enjoy your Valentine's Day, enjoy your President's Day weekend. And wherever you may be, like I said, be safe, be well. And if not, well, that's your problem. That's that. Alright, on this Valentine's Day, February the 14th, 2026, right here on the Peter Joseph channel, I am your travel god of screen, Peter Joseph. I am a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, or whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And if you like it, great, you know, get out. And if you can't get out, you got problems. It's called obsession. It's a disease. You might need some medication for that. But I digress. Alright, we got AEW Grand Slam Australia, mate! Coming up in a couple hours on that great station of TNT. Spoilers already out. I seen it. Interesting stuff tonight. And somebody's getting shade bald. That's all I'm gonna say. And some good matches too. We got John Moxley defending the Continental Breakfast of Champions title against the Alpha, Kazuki Takeshita, or Takeshita. We got We got Mark Briscoe, the funky chicken himself, and as always, we pay homage to his brother, Jay Briscoe! You up there, sir! Reach for the sky, boy. We got that. Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher, the final match in their series of 7-match series. It's knotted at 3. So we're going to do it one more time for the TNT title in Kyle Fletcher's hometown of home country of Australia. But we're going to do a ladder war. Woo! This match is going to be brutal. And have you seen the last couple of matches that they've had? Woo, that basically that tables and tax match that they had a couple months ago. This one is going to be barbaric for the TNT title. Let's see if Mark can get it right back, or Kyle, who won the title from Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer. And I didn't like Ciampa losing the title, but I'll get to that. It's a little spoiler for this episode, but it is what it is. So I kind of spoiled the ending for you, so it is and it is. But we got that. But gonna be a great show tonight. Feels like a pay-per-view on a Saturday night. By God Almighty, Tony Schiavone on a Saturday night. By God Almighty, Stone Cold. Okay, calm down, JR. We got that. So Grand Slam coming up in a couple hours. Should be a great show. But right now, everything I'm saying right now is gonna happen right now. But what happened then? You, sir, you missed it. But anyway, right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and kind of getting really out of date AEW Dynamite review for February the 11th, 2026, and we are emanating from the Toyota Arena in Ontario, California. That's Bucks country. It's time for a Super Kick Party! Pretty much. And we got that. Alright, so great show on Wednesday night. Did do so great in the ratings, though, as ratings kind of went down a little bit. Excuse me. Went from 654 down to 604. So 50,000 people did not watch this show. So NXT won this week's ratings because they went up a little bit. Not too much, but it went up a little bit. I think it was 637. So they went up a little bit, and then AEW went down. Even though both shows, to me, were pretty decent. What it is, what it is. So we'll see what happens with TNA's ratings for Thursday night, and SmackDown's ratings as well, and Collision. We'll see what happens tonight. We'll find that out probably by Monday or Tuesday. Alright, our commentary team, a little bit different as always. We have the man behind the mask, Excalibur. We had Brian Fagelson, Danielson, commentatorson, lies through his teeth, son. Yes! He's there, Brian Danielson's back. And our good buddy, Tony Baloney Schiavone, or for you people that love Jericho, Tony Schiavone. And yes, the Jericho rumors are flying out the window again, that he's going to be at Mania to take on Kevin Owens. Why? Kevin's not even medically cleared yet. I don't know if that's going to work, but I mean, if Kevin comes back between now and Mania, it might have a good match. You know, a 9-year in the making match because of what happened. You know, the 9 years ago basically was the celebration of friendship when Jericho and Kevin Owens were a team. The whole list of Jericho and then that celebration of friendship, and then Kevin Owens turned on Jericho, won the United States title from him at Mania when Kevin Owens was a champion. But, I mean, if it happens, it happens. I don't know if Jericho's going to be at Mania at this point. I don't know. I mean, because you got now till Mania, so you got about 2 months. So we'll see what happens in 2 months on if Jericho comes to Mania, whether it be a match, or maybe the Hall of Fame. I don't know if he wants to do the Hall of Fame. You know, how the WWE Hall of Fame is a joke as it is. But we got that. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so Excalibur, Tony Baloney, Schiavone, and Bryan Danielson, Fragelson, Linus through his teeth on commentary. Alright, so we're rolling on. We got a couple weeks away to about a month away from Revolution, March the 15th. So, setting up some more matches here and there. I think after Grand Slam, we'll know our main event for Revolution, whether it be MJF or Brody King, which happens tonight as well, or Andrade and the Hangman Adam Page to see who becomes the number 1 contender, and the winners of that go to Revolution. So we'll see what happens with that. Speaking of Tony Baloney Schiavone, he's in the ring, brings out Kenny Omega! Bang! So he comes out, looking like $1,000,000. Oh, you ready for this? And it's Wednesday nights, we stay up late, watch Kenny Omega while we... And also, he brings out Swerve. I don't know the new dance. I can't do it. No, you gotta teach me that dance, dude. Anyway. Alright, so Swerve comes out with my good buddy Prince Nana of the Embassy. And they have a pretty good promo. I mean, a good segment. Swerve says Kenny was on top of his game 5 years ago, and everyone wanted to face him. You know, the big bout machine, the big, the belt collector, stuff like that, including Swerve himself. Took him 2 years to get to the top of AEW, that's Swerve, but then Kenny was nowhere to be found, because he had diverticulitis, Anyway, Kenny was either in a hospital bed or suspended. They brought that up. Oh boy. He brought up the All-In fiasco. Ooh. So in his absence, AEW needed someone else to step into that role. Then everyone was shouting, "Whose house?" Swerve's house. But now Kenny wants his spot back. My spot, dog spot, never spot, but my spot. Sounds like he's using his EVP powers. That's still a thing. We still have EVPs in AEW. I didn't know. Anyway. And Swerve is ready to knock another one of them down, because he took the Bucks pretty much out of being EVPs. Kenny said the people called him the god of professional wrestling, and that's in the eye of the beholder. But he takes that as personal responsibility. Now the fans want Kenny back, so while maybe your house, Swerve, there might not be any lights on in the house. Ooh. That's nice. That's fighting words. So Kenny says, I know someone who can burn down a house, Hangman. And he's ready to face Swerve, and that's where this is gonna go, pretty much. Swerve also put Kenny back in the hospital. So Kenny slaps the fucking taste out of his mouth. I'm like, oh, here we go. But Swerve doesn't really do anything. Swerve says, I guess you made your choice. Then they start fighting. We got a Piercings brawl all the way up the ramp in the stage. Kenny goes for one-winged angel. Swerve escapes that. Spears him down through a table off the stage. Ow! Damn. So, this is going to be a high-profile match whenever it happens. On Dynamite or at Revolution. Who knows when it's going to happen. But, very exciting. 3.5 out of 5 stars. And we're off and running on Dynamite. That too. Excuse me. We move on. Alright, then we run down the card for the night. And that's that. And then in the back, I believe it was the remarkable Renee Paquette. She's there with the Porno Star! Kyle Fletcher, ready to gain his TNT title back. So Don Callis like, oh, you're going to be on commentary? Yeah, I'm going to be on commentary. So I can sit back and watch this epicness. So, we got that. So we move on. Alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Finally, we get to match number 1 after a lot of talk. And as my ex-girlfriend used to say, a little less talk and a lot more action here on BCR. I mean, your show. Yeah. Exactly. Alright, match number 1, the Death Riders. We had the Bastard Pac, Claudio Castagnoli de Suisse, and John Moxley in I think it was a 6-man tag team match against the Don Callis family of Mark Davis, Takeshita, and I think Josh Alexander. So we get that. Match was alright. It's also with Mark Davis powering Pac down to start a few times before Moxley comes in. That goes a little bit better. Davis is driven into the corner for some chops, followed by Claudio coming in for Tiger uppercuts. And Davis fires off some more chops to his own. A running shoulder block actually puts Claudio down. Get back up. Claudio grabs a big-time suplex before Takeshita comes in. Goes right after Moxley for no apparent reason because he was not the legal man. And we'll see what happens tonight, like I said, for the Continental Breakfast of Champions title. Alright, everything breaks down after that. All 6 men in the ring. Fight goes to the floor, leaving Claudio to hit a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker on the Takeshita on the inside of the ring. Pac is pulled down onto the apron. Then the Death Riders are in big trouble. We go to break, come back. Pac somehow gets out of it. Hip tosses his way out of a neck crank. Hands it back to Claudio. And Marina Shafir was at ringside as well. Then we get the running Tiger uppercuts of Doom in the corner until Mark Davis hits a big-time Lariato clothesline. And then Takeshita and Moxley come back in for the exchange of finishers, but that doesn't really work. And Takeshita is taken into the corner. Death Riders fire off some running Tiger uppercuts again, but the Don Callis family comes right back in to hit some German suplexes on Mox. And then the Death Riders clear out the family, leaving Moxley to choke Josh Alexander pretty much out. So kind of like it was all over the place, but in the good way. So the match was alright. 3 out of 5 stars. Death Riders get the win. And we'll see what happens tonight with Mr. John Moxley and the Alpha Kensuke Takeshita. And that's that. We move on. Alright, after that, I kind of spoil this, but we get to match number 2 for the TNT title. Kyle Fletcher, the Proto Star, takes on the Psycho Killer Tommaso Ciampa for the TNT title. Don Callis at ringside. Pretty good match. Back and forth they went. For how long did they go? A little smidge over 16 and a half minutes. Air raid crash on the steps. That was a sick spot by Ciampa. But Fletcher comes back, reverses a DDT into a spinning belt-to-back superplex, Then a sit-out last ride gives Kyle Fletcher a near fall. Powerbombs Ciampa on the apron. Ow! And then a Brain Buster gets a near fall. And then they kicked it. Ciampa kicked out. I was like, and they kind of look at each other like, I can't believe I kicked out of that. I can't believe you did. That's a meme now. Go figure. Anyway. Ciampa's able to get in a superplex of his own, a running a running knee in the corner. A running knee gets a near fall. I think he was trying to do the meet in the middle knee that him and Gargano hit. So he hits the running knee, gets a near fall. Fletcher gets right back up, spits at him, ooh, and then picks up Ciampa, lawn dart in the corner. Ciampa goes right back with another running knee into a Brain Buster of his own for a near fall. And then Fletcher gets right back up with a big old lariato. Then he finishes off Ciampa with another Brain Buster, 3 brain busters in a row almost. But this time, Kyle hits his Brain Buster. 1, 2, 3, we have a new TNT champion in Kyle Fletcher for the second time. So he gets the belt back. And, he lost to the Mark. Mark lost to the Ciampa. Ciampa lost to the Fletcher. And let's see if Fletcher can hold on in his first defense in his second reign against the guy that, he lost it to Mark Briscoe. And we'll see what happens with that. But match-wise, it was epic. 4.25 out of 5 stars. One of the matches of the year so far. There's been a lot in the first 2 months. There's been a lot of good matches. So, pick and choose when we get to December. We got 10 months to go. Look at that. Alright, after the match, Kyle gets on the mic, proud of the win. He's ready for his hero's welcome in his home country of Australia, mate. He says, I'll even defend the title against anyone. Did you say anyone? Well, Mark Briscoe, the Funky Chicken, comes out, proud of Fletcher for winning the title back. Brings up their seven match series and everything. They're knotted at 3 apiece, so we're going to Game 7. And he's willing to give Fletcher the home field advantage. Fletcher's like, I'm sick of you, but how about we do this one more time? Well, let's up the stakes a little bit. Let's put the TNT title up in the air. We have a ladder war. I'm like, yeah, let's do it, dude. You know, Mark is the king of the ladder match. We've seen him and Jay against the Bucks, against the All Night Express, and on Motor City Machine Guns as well. Even that guy named Daniels and Kaz, you know, the Bad Attitude, whatever you want to call him. They've had a lot of ladder matches, a lot of ladder wars, and it's, you know, it's insane. So Mark knows a thing or two about ladders. So it's going to be Bart Barrett tonight. And we'll see who comes out of Australia, mate, with the TNT title. And that's that. Alright, we move on. Alright, then we get a video for the Babes of Wrath, the women's tag team champions. We have Holly, Cameron, and the TBS women's champion, and one half of the women's tag team champions, the resident fun girl, Willow Nightingale. Bam! Alright, they're defending the women's tag team titles, actually tonight, against Mega Bad, Penelope Ford, and Megan Bain. So see if they retain, and we'll see what happens with that. Moving on. Alright, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we have a weird tag team match. We had Danny Garcia, the Dancing Fool, and Clark Connors. We all know him as Declan's boyfriend and former member of the Bullet Club. To sue me for the love of God, ladies and gentlemen. We got that. He takes on two parts of the conglomeration, which is still a thing. Go figure that one out. We had the Gimmick Stealer, Orange Cassidy, and Roddy! Brock Strong. Decent match, 9-minute match. Nothing to write home about. Starts out with Roddy whipping Clark Connors into the corner. Hits a big old drop kick. Clark Connors knocks him down into the corner, hammers away, allowing Roddy to come in, fire off some chops. Orange Cassidy comes in with the Stone Dog Millionaire. Goes for a Tornado DDT. Gets counted into a 1905 sleeper from Danny Garcia, which has broken up. We go to break, come back. Orange Cassidy escapes a 1921 full Nelson. And then Roddy's not liking what he's seeing. He's like, you know what? Fuck you, man. I'm out of here. I'm going to go in the back and hang out with my hot wife, Maria Shafir. So he walks out on Orange Cassidy. So basically a 2-on-1 beatdown. So Orange Cassidy gets double stomped down in the corner. Tries to tag somebody. Nobody there. Clark Connors hits a spear on the apron. Ow. But goes for a charge in a barricade and missed. No one in pool for you, sir. Then somebody in the crowd takes out Clark Connors, and I think we all know who it is. Hi, guys! Ha, ha, ha! It's me, Darby Allin. How you doing, guys? I just want you to know I beat that pissant Clark Connors, and I'm gonna get his little friend Gabe Kidd, too. Ha, ha! But I'm doing it for you guys, because I love you so much. Ha, ha! I live in a car in Seattle. I weigh 150 pounds. I am so fucking emo, guys. Ha ha. Alright, so Darby comes out, takes on Clark Connors, leaving Orange Cassidy with a Fucking fruit roll up, small package on Garcia, 1, 2, 3. Orange Cassidy somehow, someway wins basically 2-on-1 in 9 minutes. And that's pretty much it. Match wise, meh. 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, timeless Tony Storm, darling. Bosom. Alright, she's in a balcony or some type of platform with Nutha. Says that Marina Shafir can knock her out. She can shave her head bald. But Tony says, I will be the most beautiful bald woman in the world. And on the other hand, I plan to shave her so bald that she'll sell Marina Shafir's head at Spirit Halloween. Okay. Head on a stick. You know. This ain't Walking Dead. We got the people with the heads on the stick. Shit. Anyway, this guy comes out. William Yuta comes out, talks some shit, says, bring her out. I'm like, bring who out? What are you talking about? Who? Who's her? Who are you talking about? I was thinking, obviously, Marina Shafir. So Marina Shafir comes out, holding my fourth amazingly hot Asian wife, Mina, in mother's milk. And then William Yuta, with some scissors, cuts off her nice rainbow-colored hair. You son of a bitch! How dare you touch my woman like that? And I hope, William Yuta, you get your head shave that garbage freaking head of hair you have, and your beard, because you look like a fucking homo. Whoa. Can we call down? You look like a hobo, not the other word. Well, you could look like that too, but I pray to the gods up there that you make Orange Cassidy, as much as I hate him for touching my woman and giving her flowers, please, for the love of all that is holy, make William Yuta bald! Not that it'll be an improvement. You still won't get any hoes. Because William Yuta's the type of guy who gets a haircut finally and still can't get laid. That's that. So we'll see what happens tonight. And pretty much hair versus hair mixed tag team match. And the loser of the fall will be bald. Get that. Alright, last week, Don Callis, again, we see him praising Andrade for his win against Kenny. And then Andrade threatens the Hangman Adam Page. Yeah, Andrade's been doing a lot of good stuff, man. He's going after Tsuji for the, I think, the global title. He didn't win, obviously. I don't think he did. But I know he won the number one contender to the global title against Tsuji, who has the IWGP heavyweight title. He has 2 belts, so we'll see what happens with that. But I'm pretty sure Andrade got the number one contender spot, and I don't know if the match happened yet or it's gonna happen. I love for Andrade to win a belt in New Japan. I love that, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so 2.25 out of 5 stars for that little segment. And that's it. Alright, whoops. We move on, if I can. As always, the computer has to stop. We'll get it. We'll get it. But alright. I can get to, I think up next was FTR. Not FTR, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So then we get to Adam Page, the Hangman, about to do some cowboy shit. Wants to face Kenny again. Threatens Andrade's pants? Going with his pants. I don't know. Alright, so we get that. 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, Jet Speed, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight. They're looking for challengers to the Trios titles, along with the Hangman, but want singles titles as well. So, I don't understand why they're the Trios champions and they're going after the Tag Team Championship. I know they want more gold. So, see what happens with that. But you rarely see Just Me with the Hangman. Go figure that one out. I don't know. Alright, then we got a triple threat match for a future AEW tag title shot. We got the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson in their pretty much their hometown, home state of California. Take on the Rascals, so that's Desmond Xavier and there was Myron Reed, along with Zachary Wentz at ringside. Taking on the Wild Card team, and that is the returning. Oh my God, is that Private Party? Yeah, Private Party is still around. They're on the roster. They are back. Mark Quinn and Brother Zay, Isaiah Cassidy. Shot. Oh, great to see them back. I don't know what AEW's gonna do with them right after this. That's up to you, Tony Khan. I still think they're going to NXT. Be the Timu version of the Street Profits. Just saying. Good match, back and forth. Lots of flippy dippity doos. Get near the end, because I'm not going to go through everything. Private Party, because after a 450, Sawyer top rope elbow 450 combo, I think it was by the Bucks. Gets a nail from Private Party. We see, send for the man, you! Hook, ladies and gentlemen, with his Doritos. He's here. No, I don't. Leave it over there. Thank you. Get out of here. Alright, so Hook with his Doritos. He's out of here. He's watching from backstage or somewhere. And then Private Party hits Silly String. Surprisingly, Excalibur didn't say that on the commentary. What's wrong with you? What's with you, man? Anyway, that drops Desmond Xavier. A bunch of super kicks by the Bucks. Leave everybody down. We have a super kick party. And then even more super kicks. Myron Reed's big diving giddy kata! Bang! Over the top! That's nice, but I can do it better. That takes out Private Party on the floor. Then we mix it up a little bit with the Bucks firing off even more super kicks. Then they finish off Myron Reed with the TK Driver. 1, 2, 3. The Bucks get the win in a little over 13 minutes. And they become the number 1 contenders to FTR's tag team title. So what we're going to do is, again, FTR, Bucks, I don't know what number, but they go up to number 4, 5 maybe. So, good match, 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. After the match, FTR comes out for a stare down. Daxiax, Hardwood, and Cash. He's got a clock! Wheeler and Amanda gets no hose. Stokely Hathaway, they're on the stage. Dax says that that him and Cash are great. Actually, well, them and the Bucks are great teams, but FTR is a little bit ahead of them. Because they got like 13 tag team titles, the Bucks 5. Bucks have way more, dude. Just saying. Anyway. So Bucks needed to make their own company, become the top stars, and Dax gets super kicked right in the mouth by the Bucks. And then the Bucks, they go outside and Stokely's like, oh shit. And then they kind of play with him a little bit, and then they leave. It's like, we're gonna leave you alone for now. But then we're gonna, next time, we're gonna take you up the stage and then throw you off the stage to your death. We'll see. But, yep, Bucks, FTR, one more time, maybe at Revolution for the tag team titles, and it's gonna be epic! Let's see what happens with that. Alright. Alright, after that, what do we get to next? If I can. Did we get to the, Alright, after that, we got a video on Will Oceanspray reach for the sky! Woo! Bam! He's gonna be hopefully coming back by the summertime. Maybe for the Owen Hart Cup. Because All In is in London this year on August the 30th. So, hopefully we'll see him there in his home country of the UK. Let me get that. Then we get another video on Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker, MJF, taking on the big man, Brody Who King, for the AEW World title at Grand Slam. See what happens with that. Probably have more fuck ice chants. Who knows? Who cares? Alright, we get that. Alright, then we go to the AEW Women's Title match, a scrap match. Not the traditional scrap match that we all love. It's pretty much they're basically a no holds barred match with a strap and pinfall submission only. So we got Chris Cakelander taking on the Spider Lady, Thekla, without my girl Julia Hart and Sky Blue at ringside. So this was crazy as shit. Thekla was whipping the crap out of Cakelander, whipping her in the face with it. Cakelander was busted wide open. So we saw blood, motherfuckers. Surprisingly, this was right before the 10 o'clock hour, surprisingly. Anyway, Thekla grabs the upside down leg choke in the ropes, the tarantula, if you will. Then she does her spider pose like she's Bray Wyatt. You, sir, Bray Wyatt. Blood. Okay. Thekla does her spider pose, which allows Cakelander to pull her into a super kick. And then she goes up top, gets pulled down with a spider suplex. Nice. And then a discus lariato drops Thekla again. And then Cakelander is bleeding a lot now. He was like gushing at this point. Unloads, with the strap, whipping her like a government mule. And then she hits a tombstone. Looked like she was about to win the match. But then the Sisters of Sin, Sky Blue and Julia Hart come out for distraction. Thekla hits the spear, then ties up Cakelander with the strap, gives her the stomp, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, where are we? New AEW Women's Champion. I'm surprised they pulled the trigger with her, but Thekla is now the AEW Women's Champion in a violent match, and I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. And we'll see what happens with Thekla as we go into next week's program. See if Cakelander gets her rematch. I assume she will, but to be honest, Cakelander's reign as AEW champ sucked. So, she had a good match with Jamie Hayter at World's End, but still, her reign was kind of boring. It is what it is. After the match, 3-on-1 beatdown, and then the Brawling Birds, that's Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor, they come out. And commentary actually made note that the Bays of Wrath, Harley, and Willow are already in Australia. So they come out and run off the Triangle of Madness to end the show. So probably get Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter against Julia Hart and Sky Blue, probably on Collision tonight, or maybe on Dynamite this Wednesday night from Sacktown, Sacramento, California. And we'll see what happens with that. And that ends Dynamite. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I am out of here. We're going to record one more video, and then we're going to get ready for Grand Slam. I'm going to be out to dinner with the missus, so I'm going to enjoy a nice romantic dinner with the missus, and then we'll see what happens later, you know what I mean? But we'll see how we feel. That's pretty much it. So, that's it. That's it for now. AEW Dynamite, pretty good show. 7.5 out of 10 stars. Never know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comments section. And like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's that. Alright, gonna do my SmackDown review coming up in a little bit over on my Kill Demons channel. And then later tonight, we will talk about TNA as well. And the review and results from No Surrender that happened last night. A pretty decent show last night for that event, not pay-per-view, it was an event. So that's that. And then Sunday we'll talk about Ring of Honor and Grand Slam. And then pretty much Monday we'll talk about Raw and whatever else comes your way this weekend. And that's that. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your Go Cute! And if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you motherfuckers. Fuck you, man. That's it. Remember it. If not, me and the prophecy will embed it into your skull until you remember that we are the greatest force in all of the internet and all of life itself. And you think that it's fake? You can't prove it. Because your fake fucking group is full of garbage people. Criminals. That's what they are. Douchebags. Cowards. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.